Hello and welcome to the world's best bipolar lesson on holistic healing. When I say the best bipolar lesson for holistic healing, I'm looking at how there are tools and strategies and tips that can come from my best-selling book, Beating Bipolar. The book has shared for many years about my own journey with bipolar and also supporting and educating and teaching people all around the world tips that can help that are holistic. Now, you may say when you read the book, there are discussions about people with bipolar that take medication, that get psychotherapy and counseling, and that work with local support groups like the National Alliance on Mental Illness, NAMI, and the Depression and Bipolar Support Alliance, DBSA, where I've done tons of talks to help educate. What I say though is there are other things outside of just the traditional methods of supporting the mind, brain, and body during a lifetime of living with bipolar. One of the first tips I would say is the magic of making your mindset better can improve if you do take medicine. It can improve your therapy, it can improve your support groups, and it can help you day to day have much better functioning and happiness and feeling like life is going your way. One of the things about working with mindset is what we believe we often receive. And even if we don't believe, for example, I don't believe many with bipolar said we're going to have a time of COVID. I don't think in the past they've wanted wars. I don't feel many said, hey, I'm going to go back to the psychiatric hospital or get into fights. They don't envision that. But what the mindset work can do is when you feel knocked down. I have a son that plays Fortnite and I enjoy the computer. I've noticed many youth struggle with what they feel are, I won't say attacks, but angry instances when they're online. Things that don't load properly in their game or on their computer, on their phone, things that frustrate them, different things that don't seem typical. And when all that happens, the mindset of not getting it into hate and anger forever can help you build back. For example, if you're playing a game like Fortnite, something frustrates you. You have to figure out how to pick yourself back up and have a better attitude. Even in bipolar, maybe you're in school and you have a bad moment or a bad situation, try to say to yourself, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to take a couple steps back. I'm not going to let what happened ruin me. And even then, when you figure out how to release your anger or your emotions or your frustrations without letting it get to the worst level, you're someone that's not only healing, you're helpful and a leader and someone that is changing our world for the better. I say that to all of us. You are a hero when there's some kind of anger or attack on what you're doing. And instead of getting violent and hurting people, you figure out how to calm yourself down and build back to have something better. Now, when that mindset works, we can end up being so much more successful. I've seen people have an angry moment, and that same day they've done great work in class or in their creative projects or in their gaming or in whatever they're working on. So, having that gift and ability to build back with your mindset is something I'd suggest you work on. Many of my other videos talk about affirmations and how saying things to build yourself back up in tough moments may be helpful. For example, I've always said over the last 6 years, since I've learned about affirmations and now teach them, I feel wonderful. I feel terrific. I feel healthy. I'll say it a second time. I feel wonderful. I feel terrific. I feel healthy. What that's done is in a dark or sad moment, instead of having the anger or the sadness or the rage, I've learned to let it go. Because when I practice that in the beginning, it doesn't really stick. But when I practice it twice a day in the mirror, eventually it became my truth. And I'd say to you, if you want to build your own truth system, say things that you believe, you can work through what sometimes can be challenges. Because I will admit, for people with bipolar, when they feel like things are really wrong and not in a logical system of things that happen, it can be really tough. And I give you guys a lot of credit. I wish you well since COVID and before. I'm sure you felt a lot of times like that. The second tip I would say is having the joy and fun. I was talking with my wife today about relaxation response in my book, The Psychology of Adult Coloring, which is also a bestseller. The relaxation response was created by a Harvard researcher. And what he talked about is when you do certain things like color or meditate or dance and listen to a song you really love, your brain releases chemicals and endorphins that help you heal. The relaxation response, the doctor said it can help you get rid of cancer, get rid of anger, get rid of sadness, sickness, blood pressure, all of it by releasing the relaxation response. My wife was talking with me about how prior to that there's fight or flight, which is a very common expression. And fight or flight means like if you're in a jungle and a huge tiger came at you, you just get very fearful. And that expression of feeling is called fight or flight. Now, the opposite relaxation response is something I work on daily, and so can you. Maybe you put on songs on YouTube, wherever you listen, Spotify, anywhere, that help you feel happier and calmer. And when you do, that song is on, you feel the relaxation response. Maybe you're meditating, you do your yoga, your Buddha pose, That too releases the relaxation response for many of us. Maybe you're talking to a friend, or you are on an app or something that really feels happy and connected. It could be a game you play, it could be something you think about. Maybe you focus on memories, something that was really peaceful and prosperous and happy. And when you do that, the second tip is about having that relaxation response more. And when you have your free time, figuring out where to get it and how to have it. I've been listening to ASMR and how you can watch the people on TikTok and other things, and the ASMR performers, you feel a tingle in your brain. That's how they describe ASMR. And by doing that, you're releasing the relaxation response when you're connecting with someone all over the world that is sharing their energy and you're feeling happy. So listening to ASMR is a second. The third tip I would say is to find a way to enjoy your day. I like to rhyme. And when I say enjoy your day, what are you doing besides your duties? I don't mean duties by going to the bathroom. I mean your responsibilities. That's a term, duties, and even people in the military know they have many. What are the things you love about your life? And maybe you could write some down and focus on them. Maybe like taking walks, maybe like thinking about travel. I've been looking at lots of tour videos lately in places like Macau and Paris and Rome and all types of places, India and Australia, even more desolate places and crowded ones. Cities in China that have such a population, they're much bigger than many of the states and cities in New York. So you can do that. Find out what's fun and focus on it. Now, these are not perfect and easy tips. And like I said, through COVID, many people face dark, serious, even daily challenges. And as we've had recently, it's just finished May 2024, where they talked about solar storms on CNN. They said the most severe solar storms hit us in May. And whether you feel that's the truth or there's been things going on, I'm not here to debate. I'm here to help and to heal and to be real and to talk about the top holistic books like Beating Bipolar, which is the top holistic book on bipolar. It's available through Hay House. And I'll just share with honor the woman that started the company, Louise Hay. There was a time that people had the worst diseases, immune system, and they were all dying right in front of her face. And she went and helped them and worked with them. She built hay rides to help them heal. It got to be a national, global story on Oprah and many outlets like Phil Donahue. And she sold millions and millions of books, holistically helped people. She paid me for my book, and here I am to serve. And even though she's passed away in the last few years, her honor and her memory is to help those of you that want to learn, that want to find health and happiness. And she did so much with affirmations. I hope you'll check out my book, Beating Bipolar. It's a beautiful book in honor of Louise Hay. Look at hayhouse.com, where the book Beating Bipolar is for sale. She left a legacy of some of the greatest books. I also, in a rare situation that you can find a top person, you can have me as your coach. Some of the people I am able to take their coaching calls versus just not being around. And if you want to learn, you can call my assistant or my team. The number is 213-304-9555. That's 213-304-9555. And if I'm not available, a team member will help you. The coaching can build goals and help you with the holistic help that you may need to share openly and honestly what you feel and what you face in a way that's holistic and get those goals to be back and better. In addition, I have art that fills up your home. Maybe you want a piece of art that shows about healing, that has a creative flair that can be fun. The art and the links are below. So I'll say that again, the art below and the links in the description. The incredible coaching. We work on a sliding scale with people from the richest in the world to someone that just wants a coach. Maybe they get some money and they feel it's important to have the best help. The coaching details are below, and the number again is 213-304-9555. Look below if you can't remember. We'll talk about that. Many have different memory trains of thought since COVID began. We also want to say that the book, it's the seminal book in bipolar and holistic healing. It's Beating Bipolar. Even though it should be in every library, easily accessible in every store, it's still available for you. Look below. We'll see you soon. We wish you wonderfully well, and may you go, like Louise would want, on a journey to get better, to have happiness, to have hope, the health, the happiness you need as you say it over and over. And you remember, when you believe the best for yourself, you're a survivor, you're strong, and you have our support.